Yeah.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome to Mullin It Over here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Nate Mullins, Joey Krajewski. We've got Greg Kinn spinning the dials, keeping us live. Thanks for tuning in here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Make sure you are subscribed. You're following us on all of our social media platforms. And while you're locked in here, please share the video early and often. Anytime you're tuned in the video, we encourage you, please share the video. So even if you're not watching this live, you're watching this later on down the road, a couple hours from now, even a couple days from now, give us a share. It helps. It really does. It helps to extend the reach and increases the audience that we have to get our message out to. Once again, this is Mullin It Over. Thanks for tuning in. Joey, thanks for coming on the show with us again.
No problem. I'm glad to be back. Feels like I had a little hiatus, but...
Well, you're a busy guy lately, man.
I know.
Busy guy. You got a lot of different things going on. You got your
so much
a lot of different hats you're wearing right now, man.
It's crazy. That's why I told you earlier during the spring, I hate the summer.
It is.
Not because of the weather, just because of the sheer busyness.
Well, I mean, you think about it, that's Ohio.
Yeah.
We have to cram everything that we want to do into this little, 4-month window?
Yeah, it's crazy. Between football, work, trying to have a social life, stuff like that.
Social life, what's that?
It's crazy.
Do those still exist?
I'm trying to. That's the thing. It's one of those things where it just comes like it's almost like push to the back burner every time when you have stuff to do.
Man, there's a lot going on right now.
Yeah.
You know, you got the holiday weekend coming up.
Yep.
Big extended weekend because you got the holiday falling on a Monday, so you're going to get the 3-day weekend at least. Some people
Right.
who are lucky enough to work at Madison's, we get the whole week off next week.
Ooh, nice.
That's right. So if you are watching this and you're a Madison Street Tavern fan, MST, you're going to want to get your fix this week, folks. I'm telling you, because we are closed all week next week. So
You guys are closed on Sundays, right?
Always closed on Sundays.
So get it by
this Saturday is the last time you can get Madison's until would be Monday.
The 11th?
11th? Yeah. Wow. Yeah. So it's going to be a while before you can get to Madison's. So next week we're closed all week. It's going to be nice. A little time
I'm sure
off.
it is.
That's when we're going to get some of this construction done here.
But I say, isn't that what they've kind of been doing over the past couple of years? Like usually on this week off is when they get a lot of stuff done, like all the renovations you've seen. Have usually always been done.
Yep.
On the 4th, or they start
over
this
the
week.
Christmas break.
Yeah, they start and then they run in a little bit. Or Christmas is another one. I forgot about that.
We're privileged to work for a guy like that, man.
Yeah.
Because I've heard some people say, you know, Chase doesn't like money, or what's Tommy say? He's allergic to money.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't want to stay open during the busiest times of the year, you know, like during...
Dude, Christmas would be insane.
During Christmas week, they're always closed. Now, he has been open around Christmas before, but it's not really as busy as you think.
Yeah.
Because you get that rush before Christmas, but you don't get the rush after Christmas. There's not a big rush between Christmas and New Year's.
Everybody's kind of done.
That's why during that time, he usually just shuts down the restaurant for that whole week.
That makes sense.
For the 4th of July, however, this is his anniversary time. So he always has this planned in. It's like, I'm going to take a whole week off in July.
What a good guy. That's smart. And that's big brain moves if you think about it.
Brownie points.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah, you're winning on all sides there.
For sure.
You're winning.
He's winning.
You're winning with the business and with the wife.
That's right.
Yeah, you're winning.
Oh, yeah. For sure. For sure.
That's great.
Well, I mean, you take a look at that guy. You take a look at what he's established. Yeah. I mean, it's clear he's winning. Definitely, for sure. But we'll be closed next week. So get your Madison's fix in. Also, Madison's has a little secret, not a secret, a special premiere going on tonight as their episode of America's Best Restaurants.
Oh, that's right. It's finally coming out tonight.
It airs tonight at 8 o'clock. Right now, it's 7:27 on Tuesday, June 28th. So at 8 o'clock tonight, Madison's debuts America's Best Restaurant debuts their Madison Street Tavern episode.
That's going to be so cool.
And he got a chance to sample some of our highlighted items on the menu.
What did he try? Did we talk about this?
He did chunks, which were tossed in kitchen sink sauce, our favorite.
Interesting choice.
Kitchen sink's the best, dude.
You think?
For sure. It's the most unique sauce they have.
It's the most unique, but
it hits
what
every single flavor zone in your mouth.
What gets purchased the most? Like, what do you take the most orders of?
Probably creamy garlic.
That was the first one I had. That was the
creamy
one that people told me to go try.
Everybody loves that one.
Yeah,
for sure. I like the mix between creamy and hot. The Griff. That's my favorite. But I like honey on that.
M&M.
Honey on the Griff. Like the M&M is honey
M&M's
on creamy.
Yeah.
I like honey on the Griff sauce.
That's not a sauce, is it?
No, it's not. It's a secret. You can put honey on any sauce on the menu.
But is that a top secret, like one of those
and it's
menu
locally
hacks?
sourced honey too. So yeah, absolutely, it's one of
Menu
those
hack?
secret menu hacks for sure. But he also tried the Bacon Burger, which is like the burger with the bacon crust around the burger.
God,
You told me that.
I still need to try that.
Oh,
man.
Greggy, I had one last Friday and I made it plain with nothing on it, just like you like. Oh my good Lord. I'm telling you, you would love it. It was so
You told me I needed to try that, and I think I went there 2 or 3
So
days
good.
after, and I was down to
loaded.
that, or I never gotten anything. I've gotten a couple things like the burgers, wraps, sandwiches besides chunks, but I like finally flipped the menu over and looked at like what else they had. And I was like, all right, I'm getting something I've never gotten from here. I got the Euro. Fire.
Dude, the Euro is fire. For
Fire.
sure.
That was
For
so good.
sure.
Yep, with the order of waffle fries and
So he did
House rub.
he did the order of waffle fries? You're a waffle fry guy, huh?
I love Madison.
Have you
I'm
ever-
usually a top
so
guy.
when you do the loaded, do you do the loaded with waffle fries?
No, I get the shoestring. I know that.
You can
I
do-
just don't know if it would be right because I
So-
like the way the shoestring fries work in that.
It hits.
Yes.
It hits just right. I like the loaded with the tots.
I've done that before. That's good.
And you get dry rub on the tots?
Yes. The only issue is when you get to the end and you get like the sauce mixed in, the tots get soggy.
Oh, I love it.
And they start breaking apart.
You just got to eat fast enough.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm usually going for speed, so I don't want them breaking apart. I want full bite, and the fries and the slaw is just you get the crunchiness.
Like, just give me a shovel. I'll just like
Dude, it's disgusting when I eat loaded chunks.
But no, he tried the loaded. No, he tried the hillbilly basket. Or burger.
Interesting.
No. Damn it. I'm sorry. He tried the Bacon Burger and he tried the hillbilly wrap.
The hillbilly wrap. Okay.
Mm-hmm. That's a home run hitter.
Isn't there a hillbilly bowl of
There's
chunks?
a hillbilly basket. There's a hillbilly burger.
Okay, yeah. But
he
he got the wrap?
Yeah, he got the wrap
fire.
with the fried chicken. I'm telling you, when you go wraps, go fried chicken
Yeah.
for sure.
One of my
way
buddies got
better.
the tenders when we went. I didn't realize they were so big.
The tenders are ridiculous because like he takes the whole chicken tenderloin and then egg wash into flour, egg wash, and then into panko. So it's like
it's gigantic.
It's panko breading, so it's nice and crispy. They're these huge, enormous tenders.
They're massive.
You get 3 of them, and then you get fries. And most of the time when I bring these things out to people, I set them down. You can't find the fries because the tenders are just splayed out all over the freaking fries. You can't
It
even
looks like
see them.
a
They're so
gigantic
huge.
piece of fish almost. It's enormous.
They really do. They look like a big piece of fish, but they're just like
Yeah.
a huge, enormous chicken tender.
They're good, too.
And you have to,
And you still
you
get
have to
the
eat them with a
sauce.
fork and knife.
Sauce to dip them into.
Have you ever had them tossed in sauce?
I haven't. I
That's-
didn't. That is something I didn't know you
Okay,
could do.
so Danny Perry, the pedal bike guy, he has a secret cheat code to the chicken tenders.
What?
Okay, so we used to do chicken tenders $1.25 a piece on Wednesday
Oh, wow.
nights. And he unlocked a secret cheat code for the chicken tenders. We have a button that allows you to get a grilled bun for $1.50. He will get his chicken tenders tossed in sauce, and then he'll get a bun on the side, and he'll get a side salad. And he'll just make his own little sandwiches. So he'll buy like 2 or 3 buns.
Wait,
get
what
a
kind of
3-piece
buns?
the
Like hamburger
tenders.
buns?
They're brioche buns.
Like
They're the
hot
ones
dog
with
style?
with the MST stamp on them.
Oh, okay.
Buns.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a hack.
So you can get the buns on the side, then you get the tenders tossed in the sauce. I'm telling you, man, that's a nice little hack.
That's
it really
genius.
is. It's good.
That is genius.
I see him do it, and I'm like, man, why don't I think about that?
Yeah.
I always forget about it until like I think about those chicken tenders, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's actually pretty good
Yeah,
for sure.
that's ingenious. Well, I know.
Are
my
you a
next
kitchen
one-
sink guy though? For real? Have you ever tried
I
it?
do like kitchen. I've had it a couple times. I do like it. It's just the thing with Matt. I go on kicks with their sauces.
Okay.
Where that's the only like I'm on this big.
What's your go-to? Like that's gotta have it. This is the one. If I'm going in there and I gotta have a sauce, it's the one. What is it?
See, right now I've been on a big blazing garlic parm kick.
Ooh,
But
all right.
But typically I would say hot garlic parm. That's my
Hot
favorite.
garlic parm. I like it.
I
I,
got-
like the
I
honey
got-
hot garlic.
Yep. I just the honey's. I don't like it in my sauce.
I love honey.
I'm
I'm a honey hot lover. I love honey
So
hot.
M&M,
Like,
it's good.
oh.
But I think with the spicy sauces, I don't know. I don't. It's not that I don't like it. I like the regular more than with the honey.
You just like spicy by itself.
Yeah.
You don't like sweet and
I
spicy.
don't want the
love
sweetness.
sweet and spicy.
Yeah, I don't
Like,
want the sweetness.
Like I love a good hot and sour soup that's got a little sweet and spicy to it.
Yeah. See, I'm not a big sour soup fan.
Man, I love it. It's so good.
But yeah, I just like
Like
I
honey
said,
sriracha is my favorite
Okay,
topping for
I've-
like
Yes.
I'll do it in the morning. I'll take a little side cup, put some siracha in there, put some honey, and then stir it up, and I'll put it on like a breakfast sandwich. Oh, money.
I've had it on a hibachi before like that.
Ooh.
I don't remember where I was. It was up by the lake, but they had honey sriracha. There was like
See, we go on these tangents. We were just talking about a Madison Street episode about food, and
And
we're
then
like,
now
hey,
we're
let's
on
talk about
honey
food for 10 minutes. All right, let's go.
But yeah, I had it with obviously like yum yum sauce, and then I had the honey sriracha sauce.
Yum, yum.
Bro, so good. We could do this forever.
For sure. I'm telling you, dude. Like,
This is the issue.
we
with
need to,
food.
what we need to do is actually take this on the road, go to a restaurant, and do this.
I know, right?
Just sit down and sample all their fine
and
fine
just sit
dining.
there on live with the phone in the corner
Yeah.
and just talk.
Yeah, I've done it before. It's awesome. My favorite experience doing Mullin It Over was when I went to Jimmy G's in Fremont. And I got to sit down with the owner of Jimmy G's, and he came on with us for a little bit. And then after the episode, he sat and talked with us for a little bit and was like,
Talk about a hidden gem that place
yeah.
is.
Oh, my good Lord. That's probably my favorite barbecue place in this area, by far.
And when you
Like,
ask
nothing against
somebody,
Carmies, love Carmies. Adam, you do a great job out there, but damn.
Love it.
I'm telling you,
Jimmy
dude,
G's is
Jimmy
different.
G's is just, it just hits different, man.
bro. And did you get a sandwich while you were there? Bro,
Do you do
you
the
can't even eat
roasted
it.
chicken with the red peppers on it? You ever done that
Bro,
one?
I don't remember. I get a
So
different. I've gotten a
and
different
then,
thing.
Yeah,
every time
I try a different one every time.
every time, and they're all sensational.
There's one that's like, I think it's called the Woody or something, but it's
I've
got
had
like,
that one. The last time I was there, I got the Bo Schembechler.
oh,
Bro, I hate Michigan, but that sandwich was
slamming,
phenomenal.
slamming.
Have you ever got the wings there? Like
Oh, dude, the smoked wings are
Dude.
phenomenal. That's the go-to when I go there for sure.
those do not make sense to me.
They're too good.
There's no bone, and it's like all meat, and it's like it looks like a whole like real wing, and there's just like one little bone in it, and they're just falling off that bone. And you get to pick your own like barbecue sauces too that you can get.
I get the sauce on the side, and
All
I'll
the
just
time.
get them.
And I get
just
all
the
of them.
smoked wings.
Every single
give me
time.
a full pound of smoked wings, and give me the sauce on the side.
Yep.
And then you got to go for the fries because they do their own hand.
Have you had their chips too?
Oh, dude, their chips are bomb.
Yeah.
for sure.
That
For
seasoning they put on them. Oh my gosh, everything's good.
Their
there.
mac and cheese is bomb.
Yep. I was there with my buddies during the
That's the
winter.
other thing they do. Their pies.
I was
Oh,
gonna
my
say
good
the
Lord.
deep fried cornbread,
Ooh,
but
I have not had that yet.
it's got cinnamon sugar on the outside.
Okay.
What?
We're gonna have to go redo another episode of Mullin It Over from Jimmy G's because I'm already hungry.
Dude, I was in there stuffed out of my mind. I think I got like a half pound of
You
wings,
can't go in there and not get stuffed.
and I got a sandwich and fries. And like I didn't even eat half the sandwich. That's how full I was.
Jeez.
I had a box for it to go home. But this lady was walking by with that cornbread, and I was like, bro, what is that? It's only like $1.75 or something like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
All
Because
right.
it's just a little square of cornbread.
It's got like cinnamon sugar.
Deep fried cinnamon sugar, and they put whipped cream on top of it.
Stop. Stop. You're doing something to me.
Yeah.
You're doing something to me. But no, we were
All right,
talking
so-
about Madison's. Go ahead, Greggy. What were you saying?
I was gonna say, all right, so that's it for tonight, guys.
Yeah, all right. Good show. Yeah. So we were talking about Madison's because they have an episode coming up here in about 25 minutes on YouTube. But make sure you stay locked in with us. You can always watch that later. You know, we're live. We're here in studio. It's still live right now. But once again, I encourage you to go check it out because it's really cool. I got a chance to watch them film the whole process, watch it in process, and
That'd be
then
sweet.
experience that with them. It was really cool. It was awesome. And I love being a part of that team. It's a real family kind of atmosphere over at Madison's. I mean, I've been working there for 14 years, dude.
That's crazy to think.
Yeah, it is crazy. It's crazy every time I think about it. So let's talk. We got a few topics to talk about here. Weren't really any headlines. And I'm looking through headlines and I'm trying to find something to talk about. And I'm like, why force it? Like, there's really nothing to talk about headline-wise.
It is what it is. It's that
Sports
time of
world
year.
is boring right now, and that's kind of why we're switching to this format of twice, 3 times a week, kind of loose format with these shows because there's not really a whole lot to talk about.
Nope. Avalanche did win the Stanley Cup.
Yep, Stan Kroenke won his second title in the
Did you
year.
see the dude drop it as they were going to take the team picture?
It was the quickest time to drop the trophy. Set a record.
Apparently, it gets dropped like every year.
Every year.
That's a tradition. I didn't know that till this year.
Oh yeah.
That's hilarious.
Oh yeah.
I love them drinking beer out of it too. And I gotta admit, as much as I love the NFL and the Lombardi Trophy, the Stanley Cup might be the coolest trophy in sports.
Well, those two, the Lombardi Trophy
I just like the
Stanley
pure
Cup.
size of the Stanley Cup. That's awesome.
It's massive.
Like, I feel like that's what it should be when you win, like, a professional sports world championship.
Yeah.
It should be, and, like, the way they brought it out, too, with the fireworks as they both grabbed it, that was sick.
Yeah.
That was sick.
I want fireworks.
Yeah. Bro, I want a parade, like,
Yes.
before you even get it. Like, I
Yes.
think you should get it at the parade.
Oh, for sure.
That, you know how cool that would be if you got presented it in the hometown?
Oh, man.
Like, obviously, getting it after the game's cool because, like, you just won it, so you want it. But if you had it, like, if you got it at the parade when it was done, oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
And those parades would be so much more organized.
Oh, man.
Goes so much faster.
The Cavs parade was probably the least organized I've ever seen Cleveland, but it was like an organized. It was somewhat. It was
Because everybody
chaos,
knew what was going on.
but everybody still had like a plan and agenda.
Yeah.
This is what we're doing. Like,
Remember they couldn't start the parade because they couldn't get the streets cleared?
oh, because every time they tried to move a car, people would just be in front of it. Like the path
Oh, that
for
would
the
be
parade.
so annoying.
Everybody just like broke down all the barriers and all the gates, and then we're
They're
just
trying to
like
get as
climbing
close
on
to
the
people.
cars and like trying to touch the players. And yeah, it was not really
Isn't
that
that
cool.
weird?
It was. I mean, there were certain parts of it where I was like, you know, they were expected to be at this certain part by a certain time.
Yeah.
They were an hour and a half behind because they just were like
Couldn't
slowly
go anywhere.
making their way through. And it was like
Imagine
a
having to be
small,
the one that drives that.
like normally during that drive would take you like less than 3 minutes to make it from point A to
Yeah.
point B. But like
it's only like a mile and a half or 2 miles.
it
or
took them an
something.
hour and a half.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. It was fun.
Oh, my God.
But anyways, I got a couple topics that I wanted to talk to you guys about. Just a couple things we can kind of brainstorm for a little bit. We got some weird news topics we'll talk about. There's a few stories I thought were pretty interesting. We'll talk about those. But sports. I got one topic right now because I'm feeling something, okay? I feel like something's coming. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm 100% wrong. We'll look back. Time will tell. Who knows? Maybe I'm 100% wrong on this. And I know there's Cavs fans out there that are watching this that are probably saying, will you please stop? Will you please stop with this? We're done. We're done with it. It's been done. It's over. Just move on. But let me just say, there's some rumblings going on right now within the NBA.
I know where you're going.
LeBron has been working out with Kevin Love.
I know
LeBron has
exactly
been
where
working
he was
out
going
with
with
Kevin
this.
Love in New York with Donovan Mitchell. All three of these guys have been working out together. Donovan Mitchell wants out of Utah. I'm not saying that is something that's possible, but I am saying this. If LeBron wanted to leave LA, there's only one place he'd want to go.
Yeah.
He's not going to force his way out and go to Golden State. Quit, get that out of your head. He's not playing with Steph. He flirts with those kind of things all the time.
I think I was about to say, I think it's got to be a more for fun thing.
Okay. Last year, there was a recruiting process that happened during the All-Star game. The All-Star game was in Cleveland. The Cavs gave LeBron's family exclusive courtside seats for the All-Star game. His mom, all of his friends, all of his family got exclusive courtside seats. And during that game and during those festivities, you could feel the love in the air.
Oh, my God.
You can't tell me you couldn't feel that, all right? Now, things are starting to line up. You have Russell Westbrook signs or opts into his $47.8 million
How is he
deal.
getting paid that much?
He's making almost $5 million more than LeBron.
How is that a thing?
He's making almost $5 million
That is
more than
highway
LeBron.
robbery.
Okay? Now, LeBron's coming off a season in which he averaged 30 points a game, 7 rebounds, 6 assists,
LeBron stuff.
He's just ridiculous.
We
He's a
don't talk
damn
about it because
machine.
it's LeBron. He's been doing it for...
Everybody takes him for granted, I swear. It's a thing. Everybody just like, oh, yep, LeBron's going to get 28, 7, and 7. It's just what he does. And it's just like, that's LeBron,
Oh, man.
We can't give him an MVP because that's what he's supposed to do, Like, why would we give him an MVP? He's got to get better than that,
That
you
is
know?
great. You are fired up.
I'm just saying. So there's rumblings going on right now. You've got the Kyrie thing that everybody was like, oh, Kyrie's he's gonna try to go to the Lakers. No, I knew that was never gonna happen. He's never gonna go to the Lakers.
No.
If he's gonna go team up with LeBron, it's gonna be in Cleveland. Okay?
Oh, my God, bro. That would be such a twist of a...
Listen to me and listen to me good. Kyrie opted into his player option for this year. That's just this year. After this year, he's an unrestricted free agent. LeBron, after this year, is an unrestricted free agent.
Oh, my God. Stop it.
The Cavs, next year, if everything lines up the way it does, will have close to $75 million in cap space. I'm just saying. I'm not saying. I'm just saying.
Bro,
There's a chance this could happen.
That was great.
There's a chance that this could happen. And every
Holy
Cavs fan
shit,
out
that
there
was
that
awesome.
hates this idea is going to be talking so much shit about this in the comments
That's hilarious.
on this video. I encourage you, please let me know how you feel about it. Do you want
I encourage
LeBron
you.
back in
Talk shit.
Do you want LeBron back in Cleveland? Because let me talk about this. If LeBron came back to Cleveland, how quickly would that expedite the title window?
Oh, my God, dude.
Now, imagine, okay,
Okay, but who would we
I'm going to
we'd
match
have to give up some
salaries.
pieces.
Okay, no, listen to me. Laurie Markkinen makes $25 million, okay? He's a young, tall,
I got this pulled
talented.
up on my computer right
okay?
now.
Colin Sexton, they just extended him a restricted qualifying offer, okay?
I saw that today.
All right. If you sign and trade Colin Sexton, give him a 5-year, $125 million deal, then all of a sudden those two contracts make $50 million. That makes the salaries match. For LeBron, he makes $44 million. Those two contracts are $50 million. So you could even take another player from the Lakers, say Avery Bradley if you wanted to, okay? Then you attach draft picks. The Cavs have all of their draft picks and then some for the next couple years. You
So
give them a
it-
few a few first-round picks, give them like 3 first-round picks, couple second-round picks, whatever you got to do to make it happen. Go get LeBron James, bring him back to Cleveland, and win the next 3 championships to cement his status as the best basketball player of all time. Because that's how it'll happen. All right, listen, the Cavs are down 3-1 to the Warriors in finals series. Okay, so if you want to go best of 7, right now they're down 3-1. Warriors got 3 finals, Cavs got 1.
Oh,
Bring LeBron back. Bring LeBron back. Let's go 3-1. We're down 3-1. Let's go. We've done this before.
The greatest
We've been in
story
this
ever
situation
told.
before. Bring LeBron back. Bring Kyrie back.
Jesus.
Let's run it back. Let's go for this. We got it. I mean, here's the thing. You could even do it where if you can get LeBron this year in a trade,
Yeah.
then you sign Kyrie next year when money comes off the books.
Bro.
Now, you got Darius Garland. You keep him.
Dog.
You got Evan Mobley. You
Dog.
keep Evan Mobley. Those are the 2 untouchables. Obviously, you don't touch either one of those guys. I know a lot of Cavs fans are probably saying, well, you didn't say Jared Allen. I know I didn't say Jared Allen. There's a reason. He's a dinosaur. Those guys don't really work in the NBA anymore.
You are a confirmed Jared Allen hater.
I love Jared Allen, but he doesn't work in today's game. If we
see
were
what you're
talking about 2003 NBA,
He'd be a
Jared Allen would
monster.
be a freaking monster.
Because he's not athletic enough for right now, but too athletic for back then.
You need a big man who can guard multiple positions. Jared Allen, he looks like a newborn deer trying to guard somebody out on the wing. I'm just saying. Like, he can't guard multiple positions. He's stuck in the paint, and then he clogs the lane for guys who drive. That's why you don't see big men in this league anymore. You want floor spacing big men who can allow that paint to open up for your slashers.
Let Darius
Those guys
Garland
get into the
drive.
paint, they drive, they kick, they find those open shooters.
I see you.
That's today's game. That's why those big men don't work. That's why it never worked for LeBron in Cleveland when he had big guys.
I see you.
So I'm saying there's a way to make this happen now. You go get LeBron now, and you set yourself up for the next 3 years. Wow. If you don't do this
we
deal,
need to clip that and send that to the Cavs.
How quick do you think the Cavs win a title without LeBron? Like right now, with this current roster, the way they have it established.
Oh, we're still
How long do
we're
you think?
still a half a decade to a decade out.
You're 5, 6, 7 years out from a
Yeah.
title. Don't kid yourself.
'Cause look
This is
at-
the NBA.
Because look at the guys, look at the Warriors who just won. Those are 13, 14-year vets.
That's
Like-
taken a long time and it took a long time. Everybody forgets it took them 6 years of building that core
Yeah.
to get to a championship level. You don't get there
And
overnight.
let's be real. Are we going to repeat as the Warriors? Do you know that has been one of the best basketball dynasties in that, like, ever?
So, like I said, who's going to stop them?
They changed the game of basketball.
And in the East,
You got some dogs.
there's dogs, and they beat the crap out of each other every year. For the last 2-3 years, ever since LeBron left, it's just been a bunch of these powerhouse teams in the East. And it feels like every time LeBron goes to a conference, the other conference gets better. You never notice that?
They're trying to move.
They just move away from him. They're like, we're not going. I don't know. But anyways, that's my dream scenario.
That would be
over the next 3 years, you're competing for championships every year, as opposed to, and I know this is a sellout for 3 straight titles, but
you have to.
You're going all in for 3 straight titles right now. And
why? Why would you not?
You establish the future with these young kids to where you got something
hand it over to them.
Off.
They've played in those big games.
Yep.
Because they're not going to sweep in the finals. They're going to play in Game 6, Game 7 of the finals, Game 6, Game 7 of the Eastern Conference finals. They're going to become the next legends of the game. I'm speaking in loose terms.
It'll be Darius Garland making that big shot.
Exactly.
In Game 7.
You're teaching them how to play. You're teaching them to be
Evan
professionals.
Mobley making that block in that crucial situation.
I hate how much sense that just made, Greg. I hate it.
I'm just saying. I really
hate it.
And right now, there's so much that's lining up. I was talking to my friend about this weeks ago. I'm like, this is happening. I'm telling you, it's happening.
Situation?
It's the only thing that would stop it from happening is the Cavs not wanting him to come back. That's the only thing that stops it. And here's the thing. This is what tells me that's not even in the conversation. You know why I don't believe that's even part of the conversation? Because why did they court him during the All-Star game? You can't tell me the Cavs didn't court him. They were swooning him.
Yeah, I mean,
they were trying so hard to impress him with all the renovations of the arena. Everything had to be done by All-Star weekend. They roll out the red carpet for his mom. They have his mom come out for the All-Star festivities. I'm telling you, dude, they want his family to feel that feeling again, because they don't feel that in L.A. They don't feel that feeling that they feel in Cleveland in L.A. You can't tell me his family's out there in L.A. balling like they do in Cleveland, because they're big dogs in Cleveland. They're big fish, small pond in Cleveland.
I mean,
they go out to L.A. I'm not saying
it's still
LeBron's always a big fish wherever he goes.
Yeah,
no matter what kind of.
There's just a lot of big fish around.
But I'm saying his friends, his family, his mom, all those people, they were accustomed to a certain level of celebrity status in Cleveland, if you will, and they had built their empire. Absolutely, they got a lot more respect for what they had established in Cleveland than what they've been doing in LA. I mean, and I really feel like LeBron went back to LA so he could shoot that movie, Space Jam. He wanted to shoot that movie. He knew he couldn't have done it without going to LA. Knew. There was no doubt about it. He could not have shot that movie in Cleveland. They needed to shoot it in LA and especially during the pandemic.
You think it was more of a business move?
Absolutely. It's always been a business move with LeBron. Everything is a business. It's calculated.
You're not wrong.
It's calculated. Everything that he does is a billionaire. Move. Absolutely. For sure. While he's still playing, he's a billionaire. That's nuts to me. Like Michael Jordan was 20 years retired before he's a billionaire. Now, different era. Different era. But
social media
Jordan at the time when he retired was making $35, $40 million a year, just like LeBron is. He was ballooning his salary so he could make the most. And every year he's taking 1-year deals.
Yeah.
But he was making a lot of money. People don't remember how much money he was really making towards the end. He was.
You know what else people forget? He got swept in the playoffs. First round of the playoffs.
Until Scotty got there.
We
won't talk about Jordan.
That's another.
That's in a whole other podcast.
Okay, stay on LeBron. Stay on LeBron.
But no, that's just my dream scenario: is take Lauri Markkanen, Colin Sexton, sign and trade Colin, take some first-round draft picks, trade those guys to LA, get LeBron James back this year.
Okay, so this kind of plays into my thing.
Okay, then you can, if you have to package one of these young guys, Abaji or Achoku or Koro or whoever. Get rid of them because they're not winning you a championship. Okoro's not going to win you anything. Kid averaged 5 points a game last year, and he's not a defender.
Rookie.
No, he wasn't a rookie last year. It was his second year.
I thought he was a rookie.
No, your rookie last year was Evan Mobley.
I think you're right.
That was Okoro's second year. He's going into his third year now, and for the number 5 pick in the NBA draft, 4 pick. I mean, He really has.
That's
His
the NBA
production
draft.
level has
That's
just
NBA
not
draft.
been
Yeah,
there.
That's how the NBA works, though.
And they really expected him to be a defensive guy to come in and contribute right
He's
away,
not.
and he has not been that guy. So I say if his value's still high in the league and in league circles, trade high. Get him out. Kind of like they did with Deion Waiters and Anthony Bennett. Like right around that same time, you got a lot of these young guys who still have a little bit of intriguing talent.
Yeah.
Why not? Make it happen. Dan Gilbert, you watching this? Make it happen. Kobe Altman, you watching this? Make it happen. Go get him. Bring him home.
For the people of Ohio.
Bring him home. Bring him home. Let's win the next 3.
Kyrie.
Now, Kyrie would take some finagling. That would take some pulling, some strings.
I just think we would be better. I don't know if we want Kyrie, dog. I would like to see.
Here's the thing.
Hold on.
You get him and Darius working together.
I get that.
That'd be like
but I want
CJ
Darius.
and Dame.
Darius has the ability, but they never won, bro.
They never had LeBron, though.
That's what I'm saying.
They never had Evan Mobley.
But we could have Evan Mobley and Darius and LeBron.
I'm okay with not getting Kyrie. I'm totally fine with that. I'm just telling you that
What would that
the
lineup
things are
look
lining
like? What
up
would
to
that
where
lineup
if they
look like?
wanted him, they could go get him.
LeBron be playing the 5 because
LeBron's probably going to be playing the 4.
Mobley at the 5.
Yes.
Because
Unicorn.
I forgot what I was watching. It might have been ESPN Cleveland, and they were talking about LeBron's career and stuff and coming back to Cleveland. And I can't remember the roster they had, but LeBron was at the 5. And they're talking about how crazy it was. It's like, well, it's not that crazy. It's just like their starting 5 would be small ball. But he played the best he's ever played in his career is when he's been at the 5.
Yeah. Well, if you ever remember when they used to introduce him and he would do his own introduction and they'd say their positions, he would always, the guys would say point guard, shooting guard, he would say 1 through 5. That was every time, 1 through 5. He'd never said a position because he can play any of them.
Best to ever do it.
Telling you.
I don't disagree.
I get a lot of hate for that because there's so many people that grew up with Jordan, and I can't debate those people because there's hard evidence that Jordan is the best player of all time.
I mean, all it is 6-0 in the finals and 6 rings. LeBron went to a decade straight of finals.
All right, but they'll always throw it up in your face. Everybody lost.
Okay, but Jordan got swept in the first round. LeBron's lost in the first round.
But Jordan never lost in the finals. That's what they'll throw in your face every time.
But you're going to penalize him from getting there more?
Yep. Because he didn't have the killer mentality to win those games.
Oh, my God, bro. I can't even. I hate that
I
killer
seriously
mentality.
cannot stand arguing with Jordan fans
I
sometimes,
cannot
dude.
stand
It's
it, bro.
It's so tiring,
I was a
bro.
little cold, and now I'm like almost sweating. After just hear that. It's the killer mentality, bro.
He doesn't have that killer mentality.
Yeah.
He's not clutch.
Yeah,
It's
LeBron.
bro, he has the best shooting percentage in the last 5 seconds of a game in NBA history.
Oh,
Did you know
my
that?
God.
LeBron James in the last 5 seconds of a game has the best shooting percentage in NBA history.
Shocker. That's crazy.
Crazy. With a minimum of attempts, whatever. He's got. We won't even go there. I just say my dream
Back to
scenario: go get LeBron, free up some cap space next year, and then figure out what you can do. Whether it's Kyrie or another athletic wing, somebody. You know what would be? Go get Donovan Mitchell. Go get Spida.
That's some money, bro. That's another 48, 49, 50 million.
Dan Gilbert has paid the luxury tax before. He's paid the repeat offender tax before. He's paid the multiple time repeater offender tax. Dan Gilbert don't give a about money.
He needs to buy the Indians.
He wants those rings.
He needs to buy the Indians.
And
Guardians.
he knows that since LeBron left, their championship window has closed completely. And yeah, you might see this little glimmer of light right now. You might say, oh, look, they got these young, talented kids.
But it's the NBA. That shit don't
But
last
this is
long.
the NBA, man. There ain't no guarantee these kids are even going to stay here. That's the problem. These kids could get mad because the coach is losing games or whatever, or doesn't play them enough, and next thing you know, they don't want to re-sign. You don't know. This is the NBA. It's so fickle. So that's why I say, if you have the opportunity in front of you, go for it. Because everybody said the same thing when there was no rumors of him coming back to Cleveland whatsoever around this time in 2014, June 30th, June
So you're saying
28th.
before this season, or he's going to be in the Lakers this season?
No,
Next
I
time.
think he's going. I think if the Cavs are going to make a move, they need to do it now. Go get him before this season.
So it's going to have to be in July.
Before
Free agency.
before free agency starts. July 8th is the deadline. If you don't see it happen before then look for them to possibly try to position to sign him after this season. But they are positioned to make a significant contract offer to LeBron after this season.
That's what I think.
I still think that they see a championship window now, like
They have like 3 years to capitalize.
for real. And
That's it.
It's not even, they have a bigger window with some of these guys, but I just don't see, the championship material from some of these newer guys that they brought in, like the Okoro, the
They
Abaji.
need a vet.
I know Abaji won a national championship, but that's different.
They need a vet.
They
They have
need-
no vets.
What they need is somebody that can come in there and show them how to win a damn championship.
Yeah.
And
Oh my God. I'm totally convinced now. I just don't know what year it is.
I think it's this year, man. I really do.
I think this year they'll make a run. I think next year when he's unrestricted makes more sense for LeBron.
For sure. Well, and here's the thing.
If that makes sense.
If they go get him now, then they show him how committed they are to him, and he signs an extension with him right away.
But do you think LeBron needs to know how committed the Cavs are?
Yes, because that's why he left in the first place.
I know, but-
that's why he left in the first place. Because Dan Gilbert. Here's the thing: everybody doesn't understand
came
how
back,
LeBron
bro.
works. LeBron wants you to show him that you're committed to him.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he's going to show you that he's not committed to you. He's done this before. He did it to the Heat. He did it to the Cavs twice. He's doing it to the Lakers right now. I'm telling you right now, they're not building around him. They're building for the future with the Lakers right now, right?
Yes.
They're not building around LeBron. Otherwise, why the hell would they have Russell Westbrook on the same damn roster? Why the hell would they be playing him at the same damn time on the floor together? That's a disaster waiting to happen. If you know anything about today's NBA, those two guys should not be on the floor together, ever, whatsoever. They're the same exact player, only one of them has more skill than the other and can shoot the ball better. That's it. They're the exact same player, but one of them's smarter and can shoot better.
So
Russ plays with a reckless abandon, and he has no jump shot.
none.
LeBron has a basketball IQ.
What did Skip Bayless call him? Russell Westbrook.
It's just like sometimes I watch Russ play, and his
So frustrating.
because you see the talent,
Glimpses.
you see it.
And obviously the triple doubles. I mean,
Well,
whatever. That doesn't impress me.
Here's the thing: that the year that he was doing that, when he was setting that record and going for those triple doubles, you see some of these games where at the end of the game, his teammates are backing up so he can get a rebound or setting him up for an easy shot for an assist or something.
That shit's annoying.
That was just
Annoying.
man.
It's not real.
It was
But it is.
inflated. It was like Brett Favre laying down for Michael Strahan
Yeah.
when he was going for that sack record.
But then there also was games where he had like 22 hard assists
I'm
and
not
18
gonna
hard
deny
rebounds.
that Russell Westbrook, is one of the
Most athletic.
players in the NBA. That's a great way to put it. Yes, but when I watch him play, it's like
Doesn't match what they're trying to do.
your athleticism only gets you so far, man. You got to actually commit to the game of basketball. You got to know your role and what you're supposed to be doing on the floor when you have the ball in your hands.
You think he's going to start hitting like that Dwight Howard stage, like more of a role player, not a
Oh
starter?
yeah, for sure, absolutely. And
Because think about it, those two are both very
I see
dominant
the same
players.
thing for James Harden.
He's just soft.
James Harden's going to go the exact same route over the next couple of
He's
years.
just soft.
He's about to get a big deal, and he don't deserve none of it. He's about to get a $50 million a year deal. Somebody's about to pay James Harden $50 million a year.
He might not even play
He'll play. He'll play,
because he's not with.
but he'll be fat.
I love fat James Harden.
Oh man, everybody loves
the
fat James
memes,
Harden.
the memes make it worth it.
It does. It really does.
And let's be real, James Harden can shoot the shit out of the ball.
Right.
So seeing a fat guy shoot like 40-foot threes is awesome.
Yeah.
Dude, is Is he one of my favorite
It's
basketball
like watching
players?
Tommy play basketball. You're like, oh my God, he's
Yeah.
actually making them.
And it's just like, James Harden's a different breed.
Yeah.
He's different. Joel Embiid, on the other hand, absolute monster right now.
Oh, for sure.
Which that, if you think about it, that's an interesting matchup. Because if James Harden, he really doesn't have to drive if they have Joel. They just got to get it in there because he's going to overpower everybody in the league. So he really doesn't have to worry about getting to the basket since they have a walking guy around the basket that nobody's been able to stop yet.
Yeah.
So he can just shoot threes in mid-range all day.
I still wish the Cavs would have got Joel Embiid.
Yeah, but think about how long it took, though.
I know. Took him 2 years to get out there.
And they still
sat
haven't
for
even
2
won a
years.
championship
Eh.
or even played for one. You just want to root for him?
I love Joel. I love his game. I love that dude's game. I love the way he talks.
Everybody has players like that.
Oh, man. Like, there's a couple guys
Like,
out
they would
there.
do no positive things for you.
Right.
But you just want to root for him.
Right.
That's
Absolutely.
crazy.
Like, oh, man. Who's another guy that's kind of like that? And NFL. Who would be a guy you could think of in the NFL? It's like
That wouldn't really
never
help.
gonna help you, but man, he's fun to watch.
Ooh, that's tough.
I miss my boy Baker.
Oh, no, he's not fun to watch.
You know,
He was
he's
sometimes
frustrating to watch, Greggy.
Hey, there was-
because you'd see like 10 good plays in a row. You'd be like, all right, let's go, Bake,
Oh,
let's
okay,
go, Bake,
but
and
yeah.
then pick. Oh, son of a.
Yeah.
I'm realistically basing that off the fact that I wanted him to succeed. I wanted him to.
Yeah.
You know, I wanted it to be good for him, and it's not going to be.
my guy, defensive tackle from the Bucks, Vita Vea.
Okay, Vita
Dude
Vea.
wears no accessories.
I like that
Huge
guy.
Samoan dude that plays D tackle, plays right on the nose.
He was what Danny Shelton was supposed to be.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. I
Man,
just
I
They
love-
forgot
both
about
came from the
Danny
same
Shelton.
school too.
Say-
Both came from Washington.
Yeah.
Both
Wow.
some big Samoan defensive tackle.
Bro, but just-
Danny Shelton was like, no,
Not that tough.
Not
Bro,
that guy.
Could you imagine playing the NFL with no gloves, no sort of protection at all? Bro, his fingers have to be mangled.
You know who that guy is for me? He doesn't play anymore, but Megatron.
Really?
Megatron.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
Come on. Like, he was a freak, but he never won anything. Didn't do anything for him. Like, it's
Gotta
like,
love
cool, you
Detroit.
put up 1,800 yards receiving.
There'll
What did
never-
you do?
There will never be another receiver like that.
Yeah.
There's nobody that will ever be 6'6", 240 pounds, and run a 4.4, and run every route in the tree.
Yeah. Yeah.
And just didn't even get. Can you imagine if Calvin Johnson played in the NFL right now? Do you know what those like? Imagine if his career was the same way, all those ridiculous catches and everything like that, but it had social media.
He could still be playing. He's like 37, 36.
I don't blame him. That's kind of old for, but
He retired at 31, though, bro. He retired after 9 seasons, same as Barry Sanders. There must be something in Detroit where they're just like,
bro, yeah, they
After
don't
9
win.
years, they're like, I've had enough.
They don't
We're
win.
done. You're either going to trade me or I'm retiring.
Yeah, they don't win.
Like,
What
that's
do you
what
mean?
Matt Stafford, after 9 years, was like, that's enough. I'm out.
Like, I'm not losing for a decade straight.
I'm not doing this anymore.
And then literally left and won a championship.
Oh,
And that team got even better. It's the crazy part. But that's beside we can talk about that all day.
so the Cavs dream scenario thing for me, obviously we talked
Bring
about that.
LeBron
Now,
back.
another topic I wanted to talk about, video games.
Yep.
I want to start doing video games during the broadcast. Like, I'd love to be able to do, like, we'll sit down and play.
Work with the Twitch stream.
Whatever. Yeah, we'll wake up the Twitch followers a little bit, get our Twitch stream going, because we only got like 15 followers in Twitch.
Yeah, Twitch is
But
tough.
If we play games, I think we'll get more of a following
Yep.
on Twitch, because
think
right
you're
now
right.
we're just some guys sitting here talking. Like, Twitch followers are like, I want to watch somebody play video games. you
Watch
know?
them do something.
Now, what I'd like to do is, we've talked about this before,
Madden
like have Madden tournaments where we turn off commentary and then maybe Tommy and I or Greggy and I or whoever, you and I, we sit back and we just
Yep.
commentate the games as they're going.
That's
know?
not bad.
I think it'd be fun. And then we just do the whole tournament here in studio, or, you know, we could just sit here and play Mario. Like, what is your, you know, if we were gonna sit down and just play video games, here's one of my topics. What's your top 3 sports video games all time?
I gotcha. I also got an idea for the video games thing.
Okay. Because, like, if we're going to play video games in studio, what are the games that you want us to play? Like, if you
Yes.
were watching us play video games, What are the games you want us to play? Like, what's the games that you want to see?
Dude.
No, I'm not playing Fortnite. I will. I'll play whatever, but I'm not going to be good.
Me and
No, you know
Tommy
what I
got down
thought
on
of,
some
though?
Fortnite last night, man. I tell you what.
So
It really is fun.
The new Call of Duty comes out in November.
Oh, yeah?
Modern Warfare 2 Remastered.
Oh. I've never played any of those shooter games.
Really?
Sounds like Fortnite.
I was going to say, dude, Modern Warfare 2 is top 3 Call of Duty of all time.
Now, those, I'd have to have my kids come in here. 'Cause
Yeah, but I was saying we should
Gabe
do a
and
live
Isaac,
stream
they're both into that kind of stuff.
of us doing like the campaign or something, like beating the
Okay.
campaign.
All right.
Where like we each take turns like missions and we got to go back and see how quick we can do it.
Oh, and everybody be laughing their asses
Yep.
off at me trying to play this.
Yep.
Oh, man. That'd be good.
I tell you what would be good content for me is scary games, dude.
Scare games?
No,
Oh, Joey's
my-
like, nope, we're done. We're not
put-
doing
Get
scare
out.
stuff.
You want to hear a girlish scream come from me? Put me in some Resident Evil or something
Scary
like that,
stuff.
man.
No, count me out.
No? Do you remember, what was that game, Dead Space? Do you ever remember
Nope.
playing that game?
I played it for about 15 seconds.
Bruh, that game was terrifying.
I hate
my-
everything scary.
My buddy David had that
we
game.
should get a Oculus and do stuff like that. Though.
Oh. Greggy, what were you saying? Your
I was
buddy
like,
David had that game?
David had that game, yeah, Dead Space. He's like, here, man, try this out. And yeah, I literally, it was maybe 30 seconds max. I played
swear.
it. And I was just like, nope.
It's probably the best scary game I've ever played. And there's like a 3-game series of it. It's like phenomenal.
Interesting. I hate
So good.
I hate everything scary.
Nothing? You can't even do anything scary. Do you go to Halloween weekends?
I did. It's not that I don't like it. I just don't see
Do you
the
do
point.
do you do haunted houses?
Nope.
No, not at all.
Don't see the point in it.
You know, you get scared though.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And that's what
That's
why
why
I
you
don't
don't see the
understand.
point. Okay.
That's
Yeah.
why I don't understand. It's like why am
Why?
I spending money to get scared?
I don't like getting scared, so why do I want to do that?
How do you like that?
I don't know.
That
Because
may-
I want,
It's kind of fun.
That is
I want to
mind-blowing.
see, I want to see if
I'm that guy walking through like, ooh, how are they doing this? Oh, hey,
I'm
I've
the guy-
been a monster at the haunted hydro before, so like that's a lot of fun being that behind the scenes guy. And when you
Bro.
get that look, then it kind of exposes things for you, and you're like, all right, well, this is just people being stupid. You know, this is fun.
I want to be scared because I want to be outsmarted. Like I want to not see it coming.
Oh, yeah.
That's the good. That's how I judge if it's a
But
good
most
haunted
of the time,
house.
I laugh when that happens. Like I'm like, oh, you got me.
yeah, like
You know, like.
but if you make
Chelsea hates it because we'll go through and she's like clinging on to me at the hydro or something, and I'm like, oh, check that
honestly,
out. Look at that. She's like, "Shh."
I think video games scare me more than real life, like haunted houses and stuff, dude. To be
can't
honest.
Really? What's your like? What's the scariest game you ever played, Greggy?
Oh my gosh.
That you actually played, not
that's
just 15 seconds and nope, oh, I can't do it.
Honestly, probably just like more recently, like the newer Resident Evil games, man, have just like
Resident Evil.
yeah. You want to talk about like me being on edge
Greggy's
and just like that those kind of games will put me on edge the entire time. Where like something will run across the screen and there's nothing, and I'll be like, ah! Oh my
All right.
goodness.
So Resident Evil, that's a good one.
I've never played a scary game.
You never played any scary games.
Bro, I
at
don't
all.
watch scary movies.
What about Silent Hill? You never put nothing.
Don't even know what it is. Don't need to know.
Oh man, you should watch the Silent Hill movie.
Nope, I'm
Yeah,
good.
that's a good one.
I'd rather laugh.
The Silent Hill game, I remember when I was younger. You know, this is before games really were very good.
Yeah.
But there's this game for the original PlayStation, and you know, you go into this town and it's like foggy and there's like ash falling everywhere and like people like screaming off in the distance, and then
Yeah.
you hear this little girl like at random times during the game, she's just saying
Interesting.
things to you. It's like I think it's his daughter. I can't remember. It's been a long time since I played the game, but like he's trying to find. I think it's his daughter in this town.
Yeah, I think so.
And like, oh my God, there's certain parts in this game where you know, you're just walking through this like dark abandoned building, and then all of a sudden, like you just hear a fence rattle,
What the heck?
and then there's no fences in there. You don't know what the hell's going on. How the hell? And it's like the creepiest shit.
Yeah, I'm good on that.
For a regular PlayStation game, it's like it was before its time. It was pretty good.
Really?
But there was like this one part in that game that it's probably the scariest I've ever been in a game. You're walking through and it's like this grate floor, you know? Then all of a sudden, up out of the floor comes these little shadow babies. And they're just like
What?
crawling around and walking around on the floor. They're just like shadow
Nah, I'm good.
forms of babies. And they're just like, there's no noise. You just hear them like kind of, you know, they're not
Oh my
crying or anything.
God.
You just hear them like cooing and stuff around you. But it's the creepiest damn shit.
Yeah, I'm good
Like-
on that.
Some of this No.
Dude, that
What?
pyramid head, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like
man.
the most iconic thing.
I'm good.
from
I just don't have the patience for that stuff either.
Look up those shadow babies I was talking about, Greg.
Let's see if I can find them.
Silent Hill shadow babies. That's got to be on there.
Shadow baby.
Shadow baby. There it is.
Baby.
Yeah, as you're like walking through that hallway area,
Bro, what?
they'll just like come out of the floor. Yeah. It's like that, dude. And the graphics are horrible in this game. So,
Yeah.
but you're just walking through this area and there's these little babies.
Oh my god.
Walking through the wall. Just walking
What
around.
is that?
They don't hurt you or anything.
It's a shadow baby.
But and it's like, it's so quiet at that portion of the game. And then you just see this little shadow baby walking around. You're like, what in the hell? And then it disappears. You're like, what just happened? Did that really
awesome.
just happen?
That is crazy.
Scary games are crazy, but sports games are what we wanted to talk
Yeah,
about.
sports games.
Let's try to stay on topic. We'll try to stay on topic. Sports games, like, what are your top 3 sports games of all time?
Okay, so top 3. I'm gonna start at 3 or 1.
3. Let's start at the
3.
bottom. 3, tier 3, tier 2, and tier 1.
3 is Madden 04, the first Madden I really ever got to like
Michael
play.
Vick?
Yep.
Yes.
That was the first one I ever got
Yes.
to like play like where I could understand. Not really
Absolutely.
understand. I was only like 6, 7 years old, but like I knew what football was. So like it was cool to play as the Browns. Obviously everybody was Michael Vick and it was insane. But Madden 04, my 2. This is gonna be crazy to some people. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2.
Oh, I love that game.
Nice.
That's a great game.
All timer.
Now, is that a sports game?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Sport.
Skating?
Skating's a sport.
All right, skating's a
Yep.
sport.
Sport,
All right,
yeah.
we're good.
Skating's a sport. But that
It's
game,
competitive.
because Skate 3, which was right before that, Pro Skater 3, right before that they figured everything out, right? Because they got the analog stick, the normal controllers, they got it all figured out. Then when 2 came out, first one they figured everything out with the joysticks. 2 came out is when they started adding the customizables. So you could like make the guy look like you could build your own parts.
Yes.
You could do that stuff. And it was just
The build your own skate park part was like ahead of its time.
And it was nice because you had creativity, but it didn't give you too much to where you can mess it up,
Yep.
which is very important.
Later on games, they
Wh-
did.
yeah.
And it was like way too much.
And it's just like, I don't know.
I don't want that.
You mess up everything and it's different. My number 1, top 5 greatest video game of all time, the best sports game, Ncaa Football 2014.
Ooh. Now, is that just because it was the last one?
No, that was by far the best one.
Okay.
Just because they all played the same. That one was just like the smoothest, most well finished, and
It still holds up. It's almost 10 years later, still holds up. They're coming out with a new one this year.
you beat me to it.
Coming out with a new one.
I'll
They
believe
did
it when I
do,
see
uh,
it.
Is that like the official game coming out later this year?
I think I don't think it's been like released yet, but I think they've it's not like that thing where they put out their own leakers for it. It's just
Because
like
I've seen the poster, I've seen like an
Yeah.
image for it, but I haven't seen anything.
it's just like, oh, that makes way too much.
Are they
sense.
actually coming out with it this year?
believe
That's my question. Or is it going to be like,
what
hey, here's like what the game might look like, and then next year we might bring it out.
Right? Did you see also GTA 5 or 6 just got announced, but did you play when they did like a little like trial thing for it? I think it was last year or this past season during the national championship game where they had Ohio State and Alabama, like the legends from them on each side of the ball.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That was sweet.
And have you ever done the face of the franchise?
Yeah.
At the beginning of that, you start out and you're, whatever quarterback or whatever.
Whatever position you make.
That guy plays in that national championship game, but he plays in the playoffs. You play in the game before the national championship, and then you play in that national championship game
Yeah.
as your guy or whatever. But you can play for whatever school you choose.
Yep.
So there's like Clemson, like
Yeah,
LSU.
you go through the whole recruiting process,
Yeah.
go to practice, pick where you want to go, do all that stuff.
That kind of stuff's pretty cool.
Yep.
I watch my son play it. I don't really get. I don't know. I don't like the cut scenes. Like I don't want to. Just let me play the damn game.
Yeah.
Like I don't care about the movie.
That's more for like long term.
If I want to watch
stuff.
a movie, I'll watch a movie.
Yeah.
Like don't get me like if you want to make a movie on the game, just make it like a separate thing where I can go just watch that movie.
Yeah.
And hey, that's cool. I'll just set the
But
controller
it's
down
nice
and watch an
because
hour and a half movie.
It's nice because it's you though. Like
Yeah.
you're controlling it.
Yeah, but I really don't care. Just let me play the game.
Did you see
I'm controlling the guy playing the game too. You
right?
know, like
Yeah, I get that. Did you see during quarantine, Big Cat was playing it from Barstool. He was playing it, and they created players and then like won a bunch of national championships in like expert mode. And then he was the coach actually. Sorry, so he was the coach, so he could control the players and recruit his own kids. And like
talking about for NCAA 14.
Yeah, and could make his own people
man.
and stuff like that. So he had all these crazy names. Won like a national championship at like Toledo, and like
I think we've all done that.
it was like obviously during quarantine was dead, but he was getting like recognition from the cities as like a joke from like winning national and like universities from winning national titles. and then the Tennessee, he was like Tennessee for a season, and he won like 3 national championships in a row with them, and his name was Coach Doug's. And then they went out and hired an actual guy that looked like the guy he made. That was named Coach
stop.
Doug's.
No.
Swear. I promise you.
Oh.
And this guy went on a college tour and got like met like athletic directors and like head football coaches and everything like that. Yeah.
Wow.
That's how crazy quarantine was. But yeah,
Quarantine was nuts.
NCAA football 14 is my favorite.
That guy's pretty. He's pretty ballsy. I don't know what his deal is, but he's just been hanging out, and he does not care.
I don't want to like smash it.
Why not?
Yeah.
We're hanging out with a fly in studio, and he is just like dumb. He doesn't even want to fly away. He's just like, yeah, whatever.
Oh.
Now he got away.
Got him.
You did not catch him.
It's
Shut
crazy.
up.
He's big enough that I can see him on the camera. That's nuts.
I was gonna say you did not catch
I didn't
him.
see him fly away. We'll say that.
And now we're gonna switch to the liar cam.
Yep, right? I thought I got one. I didn't see him fly.
You touched him.
Can't confirm.
I felt it.
All right, what are your top 3?
So, top 3 video games of all, like sports video games.
Yeah.
I want to hear Greggy's first. Like, Greggy, what's your top 3?
I'll tell you, man, it's hard to rank them, especially like because Madden games. I can't tell you off the top of the head which one's my favorite year, but Madden games is definitely in there, regardless, because football is my favorite sport. So even though it's the same game over and over again every year, I buy it because I want the new one. They sucker me in just like everybody else. For a recognition of a game, I'm gonna go with the first football game I ever remember playing was NFL Quarterback Club '96, I believe is what it was.
Oh,
and I remember making my fingers all blistered because there was like different modes in the game where you would like throw into targets and stuff, and I was smashing the Super Nintendo controller all the time. The buttons blistering my fingers up. Another honorable mention. This one's gonna be kind of weird, but it's the only soccer game I've ever really liked. But it's the only one I ever really gave a chance to was Super Mario Super Strikers.
Oh.
Dude, that game's fun. And
Interesting.
And to be honest with you, one of my all-time favorite sports games is Wii Sports.
That was close.
Dude, I love just playing baseball.
Spent a lot of time on that.
So much fun.
Tennis made me want to break my thing. Baseball too, actually.
I like that. That's a pretty solid list.
Bowling was a cheat code. You could cheat during bowling. But
Now, I didn't hear any of you guys mention NFL Street.
I was never a big
I
street
never got
person.
into it, really.
Really?
I never really got into
Get out of here.
Blitz
Shady's
either.
back. Yeah, I never got into either. This thing's gonna kill me.
He's a douche. Get out of here.
Yeah, I was never a blitz or street person.
No? Blitz was one of those games. Now, I'm not saying that was in my top 3. I'm just saying I haven't heard you guys mention it because, Blitz was definitely one of those games that you could play it for about, I don't know, maybe an hour or two. And then it's like, all right, cool. I've had my fill. I'm good on this.
Like, it was fun, but I was more
It's not
into the
something
real
I could
football.
sit there and play.
Yeah, I wanted the real thing.
Like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, Madden, I could play like 8, 9, 10 games in a row.
For sure.
And not be bored.
Yep.
But like
Absolutely.
Blitz, it's just like, there's a lot of stuff going on, but it's the same stuff.
The novelty of it really wears off. And
Yeah.
it's like, all right, well, this is really repetitive.
So this is all I can do.
That's it. Yep.
But
But top 3 of all time. Okay, so NFL 2K. Do you guys remember these games?
Yes.
For the Xbox.
I've played it before.
Where you could actually play inside the helmet. probably the best football game of all time. Where they
think?
had the halftime show, they had the pregame show,
they had
Chris
it all.
Berman. I mean, they had the whole thing. It was so much fun
That was
at the
the
time.
ESPN 2K,
they just
right?
needed, ESPN 2K. It was
Yeah.
NFL 2K is what
Yeah.
they call it. But like they just needed more time to develop that.
It seemed like it was very quick.
And Madden basically was like, EA was basically like, all right, we're gonna put a shutdown on that right now because they're competing with us and we're gonna get the exclusive rights from the NFL to we're the only team, we're the only video game company that can make that. So NFL 2K was that's number 3 for me.
Okay.
Like, that's on my list. I would say number 2 for me, as far as sports games. Now, is racing a sport?
Yeah.
Okay. Because, like, right now I'm playing a game that I really like that reminds me of a game that I used to play.
Which is?
Mario Kart.
Okay, I love Mario Kart. Don't get me wrong. That's a great game. But I'm trying to stay away from, like, the Mario kind of games. I'm trying to, like, be more, like,
Realistic
sports-specific, realistic. You ever played Test Drive, Eve of Destruction?
I haven't.
Give it a little spin.
Really?
How in the hell we got a phone call?
I think it's Tommy.
Shut up. That is not Tommy. I don't even have the phone wired into the damn
Wait a minute.
board yet. How are we going to get him on the damn... How are we going to get Tommy on? It don't make no sense.
Let's see. How do you do this here? Did something, but I don't know what it did.
Did that just
Is it Tommy?
Hello there. I don't hear anything.
All right. Whatever.
All
about
right, I'm
Tommy.
hanging up.
So we do have a landline. We have a phone now in studio.
alarm.
Maybe I'm not hanging up.
When we come back from vacation, we'll have that hooked into our board so we can be able to take phone calls from the studio at any time.
That'd be sick.
And we'll have that phone number on the bottom of the screen so that you can call in whenever you want. We can take phone calls on the air. And I think that's pretty cool.
Yep.
It's going to be a new added element.
That'll be nice.
But NFL 2K was one of them for me. Another one I really like. I liked. So they don't make them anymore, but they make MLB the Show now. But EA used to make a game that was like.
That wasn't the Big
called?
Show, was it?
No, it was like MLB. That's just what it was. MLB 2004 or something. I think is a game that I played a lot
Or
of.
was it MLB Live?
It might have been MLB Live.
Because didn't ESPN, they had MLB Live, or they had NBA Live, because EA does 2K. So I think ESPN had NBA Live, and they might have had MLB Live.
Let
if I
me
remember
see.
correctly.
I don't think it was.
Huh, I thought it was.
I think it's MLB.
Just MLB?
Yeah, it was 959 Sports or 989 Sports is what it was.
That's odd.
But I don't think it was 2004 was the game that I played. I think it was like
Older?
I remember it had the Red Sox on the front of it. It had Manny Ramirez. I played the shit out of this game. It was probably my
Was it
favorite
MLB
baseball game. Is that what it was? MLB Live?
I do believe so. Oh, are you talking MVP baseball?
MVP 2005 EA
Yeah.
Sports. That's what it was. That game, I probably played that game.
05.
I'd say
Yep.
I probably put about 300 hours into that game.
Really?
I played
That's
that
a
game for like
classic.
years.
That's
Not
a
just
classic.
that year. I probably played that game for years.
I used to have that on there. I remember the PSPs.
I just remember Grady Sizemore being a beast for the Indians on that game.
Yep.
And like Cliff Lee was a monster. They had a couple other guys that were just like nasty.
And that was when it was Progressive Field, too.
yes. Or no, it was Jacobs
Not
Field.
Jacobs Field. That was
Jacobs Field.
before.
Yeah.
The Jake.
But no, that's one of
was
those
before
games
it's
for me that they don't make anymore. I'd say that's probably my number 2 favorite game. And now we're talking about like of all time.
Yeah.
Like obviously games now, like right now, sports games,
So much better.
I'm going to say, yeah, they're a lot better now.
It's different.
It's a different game.
different technology.
Well, there's so many different. I mean, there's so many different competitors when it comes to these video game makers. So they have to be on the edge. They have to be, the cutting edge of what they do. So I like the new Madden games. I've got Madden 22. I usually buy the newest one. I just started a couple years ago buying it again. I got into it a lot when I was younger. Fell off right around PS3 era. PS4, I think, is when I stopped playing. And then I jumped back in at the end of the PS4, beginning of PS5 era.
It's kind of one of those things like when you're a kid and like early teenager.
Yep.
It's everything. And then once you get a social life, it's like, and then once you get older again, it's like, bro, I can play Madden whenever I want.
Yeah, whenever I want now. It's like I buy all this cool stuff for my kids, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I can actually play this stuff too.
Yeah, it's like, oh wait, I can.
Oh, they're not here. I can play the PS5. Cool.
Yeah, you're like, oh wait, I bought this thing.
It's mine. I bought it. That's right. But no, top 3 video games. What did I say? The racing game number 3, and then MVP baseball number 2, and then I'm going to say Madden number 1. Yeah, honestly, it's got to be because I've spent so much time on Madden over the course of my life. It's hard not to put them number 1.
I am surprised that you didn't name one of your basketball games.
I haven't played that game in 3 years, Greg. Like, for real. 2K has taken such a step backwards over the last 3 years.
16 is my favorite of all time.
Dude, that was such a great game. Like, for real. And I think that's the height of my 2K days was that 14, 15, 16 range. They were great. They did a great job.
They hit a peak with 16. It's been down.
And then since that point, they messed with the shot meter. They messed with this. They messed with that. Like I remember when it's just, to me, it's like, I feel old when I say that kind of, when I'm like, oh, I remember when they used to do this. But when I got into that game, it felt a lot more realistic than it does now. Yeah. I tried to play the most recent one with Luka on the cover. Isaac got it for Christmas from his mom. Yeah. I tried to play this game, and I'm like, first of all, it plays so slow.
Oh, really?
It's like a snail's pace.
Yeah, I can't do that.
And I want to run. I'm trying to run up and down the court.
Threes and dunks.
Yeah. It's a video game. I'm not trying to play real basketball here. I'm not freaking Steve Kerr trying to coach the damn Warriors. I just want to play basketball.
I want to shoot a 40-footer with Steph.
Yeah. I want to drive and kick. I want to shoot half-court shots. Like, I just want to have fun.
Yeah.
I wish they would have the ludicrous games. Each sports game needs to have a game that's like a ridiculous version of it.
Yeah.
Like Blitz is there for football. What's that in basketball? Like they used to have Street Jam or NBA Jam, but that's
Yeah.
I don't know.
That'd be nice. It just takes those things. Crazy thing is those take a lot of money to produce.
Like I said, Greg, the 2K thing, I've fallen off with it the last few years, man. Like ever since
I just remember you fucking mopping the floor with me.
Holy shit! Yeah. Well,
I didn't know what the hell I was doing, bro. You fucking
that's
my
when
ass.
That's when I got pissed off because he was whooping my ass in Madden every time we played each other. Like literally every time we played each other, he kicked my ass. And most of the time it would be like 1 or 2 touchdowns or something. It'd be a close game for the most part. But I just get so pissed because he just whooped my ass and then. I'm like, all right, you want to play something? Let's play some basketball. How about we play some basketball? And Greg's like, I've never even played basketball. I'm like, yep, come on, let's play. We're playing. All right, let's go. Dude, dunk on your ass. What are you going to do about that? Get that weak stuff out of here. Like, how you like that? 62-2.
I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
That's great.
But that's, honestly, I haven't played basketball games in a while, but those are my top 3. Probably the Test Drive. Because right now I'm playing a game that's very similar to it. It's called Wreckfest. Have you ever played this game?
I haven't.
Okay, I love demolition derbies.
Yeah.
I love cars smashing into other cars. I don't know what it is. Since I've been a kid, I've been into it. I love going to the fair and watching it.
Yeah.
I love the atmosphere, the dirtiness, the grittiness, all of it. Love it. Love demolition derbies. Love demolition derbies, dude. I don't know what it is, but I love that shit.
Oh, yeah.
Well, there's a game, that Test Drive Eve of Destruction game I was telling you about, that has like a bunch of little mini races and little demolition derbies that you can do in the game. So it's like a demolition derby racing game.
You're controlling it without being in it.
Well, the new game that I'm playing called Wreckfest is very similar. has these same elements as the old Test Drive Eve of Destruction. So it's like a Demolition Derby style racing game where you can wreck the cars and
do all that stuff.
And then you're like upgrading the cars as you go, and you're building the cars,
cool.
and you have your
buy
new cars and like all that kind of, it's fun.
That's something you need like an Oculus for. Have you played an Oculus?
Okay, we have an Oculus, and Tony bought it for Isaac for Christmas. I'm sorry, bought it for my boys. He said he bought it for me. I put the thing on one time to set it up for Isaac, and I'm like, yeah, you can have that.
You don't like it?
Here's the thing. I don't want to get stuck in that thing. I don't want to get to the point where I'm like, I want to put this on and be in here for hours, and then you don't know where you're at when you're coming out of it. I've heard like people, I don't know. I'm not, for me, when I see this thing stuck on people's faces, it reminds me of Alien or something. Like you know what I'm talking about?
Have you seen the clips of people playing it though?
Hilarious.
Bro.
Hilarious. We need to get one in the studio.
We need to set that up.
We need to get one in the studio.
That's something I'm down to try.
And then we'll have you guys play Silent Hill.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Dude,
why do we have to go there?
Like, wait a second. Now that we're here.
Why do we have to go there?
We're talking about this. No, we're not doing this.
Why can't we do like boxing or something?
That's the full submersive experience of getting
we
the
can
shit
do
scared out
something
of
fun.
All right. We'll play a freaking scary game.
There's got to be some, like, okay, my boy bought that Five Nights at Freddy's game. I bet it's not that scary.
Bro. I got some. I've seen some stuff of that shit.
Yeah?
That's crazy.
It's like, all right,
I've
it's a kid's
seen
game.
some things.
How scary can it be, though?
There were places.
So he's like, you don't understand.
Bro.
There were scary stuff.
Listen, if it's
Bro,
dark,
there were kids at there were kids
dark
that I
and you
know.
need a flashlight,
They're
I'm
in
scared.
elementary school that like love that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, and I didn't know what it was at first. Like, I had no clue what it was. 'Cause I'm not in that stuff. Looked up on my computer one day. I was like, how is this? How are we letting kids look at this? Like, this is terrifying. But it is what it is.
You know what is what it is?
Culligan water.
It's delicious Culligan water. I'm telling you. So have you been to Madison's? Have you tried the reverse osmosis water with the crystal
reverse
clear
osmosis,
ice cubes?
triple filtered? Yeah. Yeah, I told you about the ice cubes, bro.
I mean,
it's crazy.
It's mind-blowing when you get there. You look at it because they have those clear cups at Madison's.
Yeah.
So you already get the clear see-through cup. Now you got clear see-through ice, and the water's like crystal clear. It's like you can almost see the person you're sitting across from right through your glass.
It wasn't so cold.
Yeah. So once again, huge shout out to Culligan Water. Folks, if you want to get yourself set up with a reverse osmosis system, or maybe you just want to get yourself, what's that?
So now you're just making words up.
Hey, that's actually that's a thing. I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but I do know reverse osmosis is definitely a thing because we just installed it at Madison's. That's why I know it's a thing for sure. So, I mean, I may not be the smartest guy, but I do know what love is. So, right?
I do know what reverse osmosis is.
But no, folks, if you want to get with Culligan Water, get a hold of Aaron Shade, get a hold of the guys at Culligan Water. They'll hook you up. They'll hook you up with an in-home faucet system for your reverse osmosis treatment. They can also hook it up to where you have the filter coming into your house, like your main water supply as you come into your house. They can hook up a filtration system right there at the source, so everywhere in your house you'll have filtered water.
That's crazy.
It's
Even
ridiculous. Yes.
Wow.
Everywhere. And that, to me, that's never made any sense. Why do we shit in clean water?
I mean,
shouldn't we be
don't
like
need-
okay? So like I've seen in other
think-
countries where they
I think
have
it should be
a
clear-
sink on
clear
top of the toilet tank. They have a sink where you can wash your hands, and the water from washing your hands goes into the toilet tank. So it's
That
like
makes
gray
sense.
water.
That makes
And
sense.
then you use that water to flush your.
Okay. That makes sense.
Honestly, that just makes sense to me when you think about why are we pooping in clean water?
Clean, good water.
Like, anyways, Culligan.
I never once thought
Culligan
about that.
Water.
That was mind-blowing.
They will filter your water for you, or they'll hook you up with what we've got. Nice little jug system.
Pooping really clean
Cooler.
water.
We got the cooler and the heater, so it heats up the water and cools it.
Nice little tea.
And they will hook you up. So get a hold of Culligan Water as I sip on some delicious filtered cold water.
Love it. Are we doing athletes tonight, or are we going to save that? Video game athletes?
if we do that, it's got to be quick because you got something coming up. We're going to record your episode tonight for tomorrow because you got the over-under pod coming up tomorrow, right?
Starts tonight.
Yeah. So we're going to be recording it tonight, and then it will air
tomorrow.
The debut episode tomorrow at 8 o'clock.
Yep.
Right?
8 o'clock.
We're doing 8 or 7?
I think it says 8 on the thing.
Does it say 8?
I think so.
All right. Have you posted it?
I'm about to right before we do it.
Okay. I just want to make sure. Yeah. Okay. Because I'll share it as soon as I
I've been planning.
Nice.
I've been planning.
All right.
Top 3 athletes.
Top 3 video game athletes?
Yep. Sports athletes.
Sports video game athletes.
Going off
top 3 video game athletes of all time.
Number 3, Steph Curry in NBA 2K16.
Okay.
That most fun basketball player you could ever play with.
All right.
2 is Tiger Woods and Tiger Woods PGA Tour 04. GOAT.
Oh, good.
GOAT.
Dude. That was when they had Sunday Tiger with the dark red.
Yep.
Oh, good.
And it's almost the same situation as
that
Pro
Sunday
Skater
Tiger
2.
try to beat him. Trying to beat him in that last campaign match. It was like, dude, every time he get the ball that close to the damn team.
Yeah. And that was the same thing. It's almost the same situation as Pro Skater 2 where 03 they figured out how to make it work and make the gameplay work.
Yep.
04 they gave you the customizables but not enough to mess it up. So that's why.
I think I can still hear the background music as you're playing through the menu. I like the way you move.
Dude, the background's great.
You know what I'm talking about? And you're making your character and you're just jamming to to music.
Yep.
All right.
Not too bad.
So
Number 1.
Tiger Woods 04.
Tiger Woods 04.
Like that.
Number 1 is Mike Vick 04 Madden.
Sheesh.
I know Bo Jackson's the best video game athlete, but I wasn't old enough to play was it Tecmo Bowl?
Tecmo Bowl.
Tecmo Bowl.
Tecmo Bowl.
That's a tough one to say.
Tecmo Bowl.
Tecmo Bowl.
Actually, Super Tecmo Bowl, I think, was Bo Jackson because Tecmo Bowl was the original. Yeah. Super Tecmo Bowl was the year that Bo Jackson. That's like you said, the original. They figured it out, and then the second, the Super Tecmo Bowl was where they took it to the next level. That's where you had your seasons, you had your customizables, all that stuff. So
just enough to make it better, but not ruin it.
All right, Greggy, top 3 video game athletes of all time. Who you got?
Well, he just took 2 of them at least right there because I was gonna go with Tiger Woods just because, dude, when you get your name put on the game, that just says enough right there.
Bro.
So then you could pretty much put Tony Hawk in that same kind of category because of that. And then I was gonna go with the Mike Vick from Madden because, dude, he's pretty much unstoppable in that game.
It made no sense.
Yeah.
And let's see, if I had to go with another one, I would say Mike Tyson from Mike Tyson Punch-Out.
Ooh, that's a good one, Greggy. That's a real good one. I like that.
I wasn't old enough for that.
I like that.
Early enough for that.
Okay. That's a solid list there, Greggy.
Solid.
That's real solid. Okay. So for me, number 3 is probably going to be LeBron from 2K12. If you remember 2K12, that was prime LeBron. That was when he was with the Heat. That's after they won their first title, going into their second title. That was the year that they were the overall, there's no doubt about it. They were the favorites to win everything. If you played with him that year, goated. Yeah. Goated. That's number 3 for me.
Okay.
Number 2, Ray Lewis Madden.
Really?
Dude, 2005 Ray Lewis Madden.
Oh, old school. Okay.
I'm telling you. Lewis. When he was on the cover, the year that he was on the cover, I remember this because I played the Browns franchise mode. Okay? And I'm telling you, this dude was a freaking menace. It was between him and Ed Reed, but most of the time it was him because I like to throw short passes. I like to throw intermediate stuff to set up those longer passes. And good Lord, he would not let me get anything over.
Man.
Go ahead. What are you saying, Greg?
I just started laughing because you said Ed Reed, and it just takes me back to the stupid inside joke that me and Tommy used to have. because one of the Maddens, I don't even remember which one, but his pitcher just looked horrendous. He looked like he was homeless. So we used to just always call him Homeless Ed Reed every time we play against the Ravens. As soon as you said Ed Reed, I was like, oh, damn it, Homeless Ed Reed?
Not Homeless Ed Reed.
Yeah, bro.
Oh.
Who's your number 1?
So number 1, it's got to be Bo Jackson. Tecmo Bowl. Now, honorable mention is Mike Vick because obviously
it's about as close as it's been.
That's about as close as it gets. Now, I would have put Mike Vick in that top 3 if I didn't remember because I was thinking about this today and I'm like, who is the top 3 for me of all time? It's there's a lot of really good sports athletes in these games. The Mike Tyson one was a great one,
Yeah,
Greg. That was
that's
a
a
great
sleeper.
one. And then Knockout Kings, Muhammad Ali. You ever played that game?
Yep.
Knockout
I've played it a
Kings
couple
with
times.
Muhammad Ali.
Yep.
That dude, he was a beast in that game.
That was a PS2 game, wasn't it?
Beast.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but there's some different, elements that we could, but like for me,
That's a solid 3.
Ray Lewis in the one game that he was on the cover, I remember hating the game because my franchise mode, the first 5 years of any franchise mode, it would be like
Destroyed.
I'd be 0-2 or 1-1 against the Ravens every damn time.
That's great.
Because I play on alt Madden, so I'm not
Yeah.
trying to I'm not trying to win every game, but
Right.
man, it would piss me off so
Yeah.
bad. I could never beat Ray Lewis, and it would. Oh, it's just still to this day I can still think of how frustrating it was. But no, those are my top 3. What's your top 3, guys? Let us know in the comments. Top 3 video game athletes of all time. I want to hear some good ones because I know you guys are probably out there scouring the internet, finding some good ones.
Yep.
Let me know what you think.
Well,
What's your top 3?
Our one follower, Derek Coomer, mentioned Ken Griffey Jr. baseball.
Ooh,
Yeah,
okay.
that
Ken
was a
Griffey
good
Jr.
game,
baseball.
man. I actually do remember playing that.
I like that.
Playing
That's
the
a
old
good one.
home run derby and stuff and that.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. There was a game that I used to play. Hopefully somebody out there can help me with this. I went over to a friend of mine's house. We played baseball together, all right? And I was really young. This was before Super Nintendo, okay? This was NES days, all right?
Oh, wow.
So I'm at this kid's house, and he's playing regular Nintendo, and he's got a bunch of the games that I already have, and then he goes in his brother's room and grabs a couple of games from his brother, and we start playing this one baseball game. And it's like, it was a bunch of like made up names and a bunch of made up characters or whatever. They were like goofy names or
Interesting.
whatever. It kind of reminded me of the Wii
Wii
baseball
Wii
game.
names,
You know what
yeah.
I'm talking about? No,
Derek Coomer mentioned a game called Triple Play Baseball.
okay,
Could
that
that
might have
possibly
been
be
it. But no, there was a game that I remember playing when I was a kid that was like, it was an old school NES game, bunch of made up players, but it was just so much fun. Like,
Interesting.
those are the kind of games that I think about. It's like maybe it was just that day that we were having so much fun playing that
Yeah.
game because we were just goofing off, being friends or whatever. But
It's more of the nostalgia of
yeah,
it.
that's whenever I think of this kind of stuff, it's like that's where I want to go with it. I'm not trying to think what's the best game of all time.
No,
I'm
we're
trying
not
to
taking,
think,
like,
what's
analytics-
my favorite?
analytics
yeah,
and stuff
for
like
sure.
that into
Like
it.
I'm not trying to break it
Based
down
off
and
of pure
analyze
emotion.
it. Yeah, for sure.
I get you.
Well, how does it make me feel? So
Well, there is a game that's just called NES Baseball.
that might be it.
Because that sounds, that sounds generic, if it just had made up players and stuff in it.
Yeah.
All I know is the gameplay was fun. You could hit a lot of dingers because I
That's
remember hitting
all
a
you
bunch of
wanna
home
do.
runs in
All
the
you wanna
game,
do.
and that's like the funnest thing about baseball is hitting home runs.
all you
And
wanna
that's
do.
what when you're playing a baseball game.
I'm not actually
If you're
playing the
not
game.
hitting home runs, I'm not gonna play it. Like,
No.
I really don't.
I'm really
I
not
don't
trying
even
to
care.
sit here and play real baseball.
Oh, cool! You hit a base hit. Oh,
Yeah.
cool! Walk.
Yeah.
I got hit by a hit.
Congrats.
Hit by a pitch. Cool. No, I want to hit dingers.
I want to see my ball go.
Chicks
500
dig the
feet.
long ball.
Yeah.
I will say this, guys. I've got some smack talk to us from a couple people because none of us mentioned any wrestling games in our top sports games.
I would never got into wrestling games.
Oh my goodness, Joey.
Never got into them.
I got into wrestling games with WCW. Like
now
at a
UFC
younger
games I got
age,
into.
I got into WCW NWO Revenge. That was the first
yeah.
game I got into. Goldberg and like
Yeah.
the Giant and like Sting.
Man,
and
I've been
all
playing them games for a long
classics.
time.
Yeah, dude.
WCW, NWO, World Tour,
World
Revenge,
Tour and then Revenge.
and then, WWF came out
the
with
Attitude
No Mercy.
game for WWF.
Yeah, No
Was it
Mercy was really like the peak though of those Nintendo
WWF
64.
2000, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think that came out. I can't remember if that was before.
There was
or
one that had
after.
like a green label on
Yeah,
it.
that was definitely a game. I just don't remember what timeline it came out there with No Mercy. But No Mercy was just
No Mercy was the better one.
No Mercy is the game that like almost every wrestling
Yeah.
fan agrees is like the top game that they made. Back
Well, I
in the
mean,
day.
you could customize your walk-up entrance, all that stuff. Customize your character from
around
head
with
to
it.
toe. Like you could make your own character, create the storyline, all that stuff. It was great.
Same thing as like they probably had a game before that. They figured out the gameplay.
Oh yeah,
And then
that's what I think.
Enhance
The
the
game
game.
that I played a lot was, I think it was like WrestleMania 2K or like I know it was 2000 something. I can't remember, but that's the game that I played a lot. It was the predecessor to No Mercy. So that was the game where they figured everything out.
Okay.
And even before that, I felt like the same company. It wasn't like THQ made those games?
THQ made the games for both companies.
Yeah, they made the WCW games too.
Yep.
And then they just took that same engine and took it to the WWF games.
And made them way better than what they were.
And they were way better.
They had, because they had like WWF Warzone and Raw.
That probably helps
stuff like
so
that.
much in video games having a big money backing.
But
for sure.
I tell you what, the wrestling games in more recent times have kind of fallen victim of what you guys talked about, where they bring out all the customization and it's too much. Customization.
It's just too much going on.
They almost brought out too much. They take away certain things that you really liked, and then the gameplay itself has just suffered terribly.
Oh, for sure.
2K Sports took over the wrestling games in the last few years, and I honestly thought they were going to give a better product than they have, but.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like 2K has been a big letdown over the last couple of years, and I think maybe that might have something to do with, the talent, the developers. There's like a shortage going on right now with the talent developers because like a lot of those guys branched off and did their own thing, and now they're creating their own games. There's a big indie market now for video games.
Well, I'll tell
with
you,
like the Switch and like these mobile games
like
and like stuff. Like there's a lot of indie
creating apps for games.
So these developers that originally started out on big projects like a 2K game or a Madden or whatever, now they're working on their own games,
making like their games into apps.
And what happens is that people coming in, they are not nearly as good and talented or skilled at their job as people that just left. So you get a little bit of a letdown.
I tell you, I believe it was WWE 2K20 was actually so terrible. Like they put it on sale so much to try to make up sales for it, and then they actually skipped making a game for the next year. They make a game for every year just like Madden and stuff, but they were like, oh, we're not gonna make a 2K21. We're gonna spend that extra year putting it into 2K22, and like. Man, they took that whole extra year to give you a game that was barely maybe as good as 19.
Wasn't even as good.
Like, it's really disappointing how much time they spent on a game to give you such a lackluster product.
That's awful. That's just awful. Oh, well.
That's
2K for you, though. I mean...
Well, like you said, your
GTA,
basketball games have been...
half a decade to create a game.
Right.
Put hundreds of millions of dollars into it. And then make money off of it. Yeah. Makes no sense.
Well, right now it's just a big engine that's driving itself,
It's crazy. Those games. But the thing is, everybody, I think between like your age and my age, every male who's ever played that still has a console will go out and buy that game.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
Just because of the nostalgia. And just because you can get on and that's a game you can just spend hours on.
Yep.
And just walk around. It's just crazy. GTA is an all-time game.
Oh,
all-time.
Absolutely.
All-time game. I wish they'd bring out the cheat codes back. And like, I'm sure they have them.
If you know how to play the campaign, you don't even need the cheat code.
But it was just fun. Which one was it?
Because I manipulated that campaign mode to where each one of my characters has like $500 million a piece. That stock market thing you can do or whatever, where you can like mess up the different companies to help affect the stock market. I did that, and now every time my kid will get on and play, and he's like, he just buys everything he wants, buys all that stuff, and he still like doesn't even put a dent in the money that I have. So
that's what's up. That's
and then
sick.
my online character. Okay, so I got on GTA 5 when they first started doing online stuff. It was like the very first.
Like you're saying,
couple
like
weeks.
what we saw everybody doing during the pandemic and stuff like that, where like celebrities, like you were like.
No, this was not during the pandemic. This was like
before that.
This was before that. This was like when they first.
It got big during the pandemic.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
But like when it first started, when they first came out with it, I'd say within the first month or two, I went online just to see what it was about. I created my character.
Talk to people and stuff like that.
Well, I don't know if you can now, but back then it was still pretty it was still pretty raw. There was still a lot of things that they still had to develop. But when I'm playing the game, I'm just basically looking for, okay, how do I buy properties? How do I buy cars? How do I buy guns? How do I do this and that? And then it's like, well, I don't have money for any of this stuff.
Right.
And I'm basically stealing stuff, trying to acquire whatever. This guy in a helicopter legit comes up over top of me like this and then stops, points. It looked like he pointed a gun at me And then my money went up. Like, I don't even know how much I have.
Hacker.
It's like over $1 million or
Hackers.
something. It was like, all of a sudden this dude was like, hey, you're a new guy? Here's some money. Just threw me like, it's crazy because I bought all this stuff and I still have a ton of money left over on my online character.
Yeah.
To a point where Greggy played with me one time. He's like, how the hell you got that much money?
Oh, yeah, because I got to the game way late playing online, and they shut all that down by this time.
Crazy.
Yeah. So it was like, it happened in the very beginning when all this stuff was like kind of a wild, wild west kind of thing. Now they've got it more under control, but my character has like a crazy amount of money.
That's sick.
You ever play it online, Joey?
I haven't. No? I've never done. I've always wanted to. It's just one of those things where it takes time to like set it up and then figure out what you're doing and stuff like that.
It's like a whole
gets
nother
down
life.
Red Dead Online.
Really?
He plays Red Dead Online.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That sounds sick.
So, guys, we got through the sports topics. We got some weird news topics we could talk about, but I mean, it's almost 9 o'clock here.
I know.
We always skip weird news. There's some good stuff in here that I wanted to talk about, but it's like, you got your buddy coming on. We got to do the recording. I don't want to be here too long. We're already almost at 2 hours.
I mean,
I know, right? I literally just noticed that.
It's not a bad thing that we just naturally fill time with talking. I think,
hour and 30 minutes now.
Right.
The first like 30 minutes talking about Madison Street.
That's
happens every time, bro.
It
We were
happens.
just trying to do a quick little intro.
Trying to help.
And it turned into half the show.
That's what it, when we start talking about food, man, that's what it does.
That every time.
Every time we start talking about food, it's like, all right, we can roll with this for a while.
It's crazy. We do need to do.
We got to do a chilling and grilling.
We got to do the chilling and grilling.
Because we got a new smoker.
Yep.
A Pit Boss
That thing's
smoker grill.
nice.
It's legit. It's an electric one, automatic feed.
Yeah.
Wood pellets.
We'll get to
Thanks
that.
to Tim Smith coming through with that.
Yep. We'll get to that.
So we'll have that. We're going to do the chilling and grilling episode out back. I think that's going to be this Thursday, or was it this Thursday or next Thursday?
It's going to be next Thursday.
Next Thursday. That's right.
I mean, heck, we can do more than one of them, but yeah.
Oh, for sure.
But next Thursday when
That
Tim's
way we have
supposed to
time
be
to
back.
plan and stuff like that, set everything
Yes.
up. So
Yes, and I'm off all next week. Madison's is closed,
Yep.
so we're gonna try to.
That's how we
get
got on
in
the
here,
big
get some
Madison Street
construction
tangent.
done. Yeah, for sure. We try to get some construction done, make this space look a little bit more friendly and more welcoming, and then when we come back after the break, gonna be excited about getting this thing rolling, man. Because I mean, we're less than
dead speed in the football season.
40 days away from football season.
50. Actually, we're 53 days away from football season.
53 days.
53 days from high school week
53
one.
days away from high school football, week 1. And it's going to be live right here on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Yep, it will be about halftime right now.
We're setting it up now. I talked with the IT guys today from Buckeye IT. They came in here. They game planned the setup for the studio. They're going to set us up with a network so that all of our computers can talk to each
That'll
other.
be nice.
We're going to have a person here at the studio that's basically going to be running the operation for the on-site setup.
Sick.
That way, so essentially we'll have a producer here at the studio.
Oh, really?
That'll be pushing all the buttons so that way the guy that's there on site won't have to mess with so much stuff.
Perfect.
So it's going to be pretty nice.
Perfect.
We're looking forward to it. I'm ready to get going, man.
Yeah.
Like, I'm ready to get started. And the biggest thing for us right now is, we're going with this. Mm-hmm. We've been going with this since we got in here. Now we got to kind of reel it back a little bit, take some time off, and then we're going to reload for the month of August and then get back at it.
Pretty much reload for football season.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because
So
it's
July,
full. As soon as football season hits, it's full steam ahead.
forgive us for July. We're going to be hit or miss with episodes. There might be, maybe a whole week where we don't even have any episodes because we're getting this studio ready. We're getting the space ready. I still want to provide content. I want to get more on the road with this thing. What I'd
Maybe
really
that's
like
what
to
we should do while we're
is
under
take these
construction.
phones and just do lives from wherever we're at.
We might need to do
Just
a
do
little
it real
food tour.
simple. Yeah.
Food tour while we're under construction.
Yes.
Maybe that's probably
We need to do a food truck tour.
that time's up best.
Food trucks in Tiffin. That's what we need to do. Tour and sample every food truck that comes to Tiffin.
Hey, you ain't got to convince me twice.
There's a lot of them out at the Tiffin Brewery. We can make a
Yes.
nice little episode out of that.
down.
Greggy, did you see the new place that opened up? I think you saw my post earlier today about the Monster
the place with
milkshakes.
the
Oh, I
milkshake?
saw that yesterday.
Newmeisters.
Yeah.
buddy.
Is
So,
that in Tiffin or is
That
it
is
in
in
Upper?
Tiffin. No, they have one in Upper that's like the
But it's
main
in Tiffin.
location.
Where's it at?
But the one in Tiffin is where they used to be in the Wolf Creek shopping mall, that strip
Where
mall
Goodwill's
where
at?
Goodwill and Jeffrey Jewelers is.
Oh,
Right by,
it's over there.
Right by
Really?
Your Legacy Federal Credit Union.
Right over there by our one of our legacy sponsors, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. Yes.
Interesting. Yeah,
So,
go check that out.
Yeah, definitely. I'm going to have to make that. I'm thinking that's going to be an episode. That's probably going to have to be at least, maybe it's not a whole episode, but it's like, it's a video. That's a live
Two-part
video. We're
episode
going to
of
go
that
out there.
Jimmy G's.
Absolutely. For sure. We're going to start putting this list together of places that we want to go.
We can do a little bit of traveling too.
Oh, yeah, for sure. We'll make it a business trip.
Yeah, there we go.
Business meeting.
Love it.
That way we can
I'm
comp it.
so hungry right now.
Hey, you still got another one to record,
I
too.
know.
All right, guys. That's going to do it. Greggy, you got anything else, man?
I don't think so, man.
That's it. All right, guys. I once again want to thank you for tuning in here on Mullin It Over on Heart of Ohio Sports. Make sure, if you haven't already, share the video, like the video, leave your comments about whatever you're watching. Mm-hmm. As you watch the video, leave a comment. Let us know how we're doing and interact with the content on the video. But please make sure you are subscribed to us on YouTube, okay? Make sure you go to YouTube, hit that subscribe button. That helps more than you know. Once again, for Joey Krajewski and Greg Kinn, I'm Nate Mullins signing off from Studio Squared. Thanks for tuning in here on Mullin It Over. Have a good day.